What's up, guys? What's going on today? So, as you probably saw, you probably saw a video of me recording my entire book collection, like my library. Well, my library has grown a little bit, so I decided to make that video again, but with more books. So let's get to it, shall we? This book I'm currently reading right now. It's about climate change. It's written by Bill Gates. It's called How to Avoid a Climate Disaster: The Solutions We Have and the Breakthroughs We Need. Still reading this book, so please don't spoil it on the comments. I mean, you can if you want. I don't care. It's not a fiction book. It's a non-fiction book. But yeah, it's a good book so far. I like it. I like it a lot, yeah. This one is called Shut Up and Listen. It's written by Tillman Fertitta. Hard business truths that will help you succeed. It's a business module and owner of the NBA's Houston Rockets. He was that. If you're into real estate business or something, if you're into real estate, like if you want to sell houses, this is a good book for you to read. Making Money: The Canadian Guide to Profitable Investing in Residential Property. This is called Making Money in Real Estate, written by Douglas Gray. It's the 3rd edition, revised and updated. I haven't read this one yet, but I'm assuming it's a tremendous book to read, so I'd recommend it. This one is another good book, 13 Things That Mentally Strong People Don't Do, written by Amy Morgan. It's a good book. And if you're into sports, here's a book about the Toronto Blue Jays. They have those books available where I live because I'm from the greater Toronto area. But if you're into sports, you can read this book. This is called 100 Things Blue Jays Fans Should Know and Do Before They Die. It's a really great book. I haven't read it yet, but I'm going to read it. But I think it's a great book. Here's another good book. It's about the mentoring, the coaching habit, say less, ask more, and change the way you lead forever. Written by Michael Bungay Stainer, or however you pronounce his last name or middle name. Here is the #1 New York Times best-selling author, Michael Lewis, The Fifth Risk. A hymn to deep state which is revealed as nothing more than people who know what they're talking about. I guess that's a quote from Cory Doctorow. Now here's a book from Harvard University. It's called Harvard Business Review Entrepreneur's Handbook. Everything you need to launch and grow your new business. Recommend that book. It's a great book. Here's another good book written by Donald Trump Jr. Triggered: How the Left Thrives on Hate and wants to silence us. That's a really excellent book. It's quite interesting though too. Or if you ever want to start a small business in Canada, where I live, here's a good book. Here's a book that will help you succeed. It's The Canadian's Guide to Starting a Small Business. Smart Considerations and Straightforward Steps to Launch Your Business Idea. Written by Andrew Dagies. It's a great book. Margaret Kerr and Joanne Kurtz. Or Joan Kurtz, however you pronounce his name. I'm not good at reading. I have a reading disability. But I still read books pretty well, though. Here's another good book written by Mary L. Trump. It's called Too Much and Never Enough: How My Family Created the World's Most Dangerous Man. And if you're into esports or gaming, video gaming, here's another good book, The Book of Esports, written by William Collis. Speaking of William Collis, I actually had him as a guest speaker in my esports class at Lambton College. He was a really great guest speaker. I'd recommend you look him up on the internet. He's a fantastic guy. And if you're interested in being a billionaire or something, this is written by John Slovakia or John Civicilla, Mitch Cohen. Self-made billionaire effect: how extreme producers create massive value. It's a great book. I recommend it. This book was written by Irvin Magic Johnson. He was a former NBA player. Now he's a businessman. It's entitled 32 Ways to Be a Champion in Business. New York Times bestseller. Entrepreneur and community leader. Now this is the most, I gotta say, this is the very most best book I ever written ever. And this is a really important book. I'd highly recommend it. It's called How to Win Friends and Influence People. The only book you need to lead you to success. Written by Dale Carnegie. Special anniversary edition. It's a really great book. And this book had more than 15 million copies sold. It's quite impressive. I'll read this part. This is the bolded part in the back. Achieve your maximum potential with How to Win Friends and Influence People. Go after the job you want and get it. Take the job you have and improve it. Take any situation and make it work for you. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Here is another good book. The E-Myth Revisited. Why Small Businesses Don't Work and What to Do About It. Written by Michael E. Gerber. World's #1 small business guru. Bring the dream back to small business worldwide. More than 2 million copies sold. Now this book is about Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Meta, which is the company of Facebook and Instagram. This book was written by Roger McNamee. It's called Zucked: Waking Up to the Facebook Catastrophe. It's a really great book. I'd recommend it. Here's another book about Donald J. Trump. It's written by Conrad Black, forward by Victor Davis Hanson. Donald J. Trump, a president like no other. Really great book. If you're into healthy habits or success, this is a good book for you to read, called Living the Good Life: Health and Success for You for Canada. Over 2,250,000 copies, 500,000 copies sold. Written by David Patrell Evans. It's a really great book. 7 Secrets to Investing Like Warren Buffett. Written by Mary Buffett and Sean Sia. It's a really great book. I'd recommend it. This was another book from Harvard Business School. It's called Everyday Emotional Intelligence: Big Ideas and Practical Advice on How to Be a Human at Work. It says, including Daniel Goleman, Annie McKee, and Sean Acher, or however you pronounce it, or Aker. Harvard Business Review Press. Really great book. Now this book was written by Curtis Joseph, and I actually met Curtis Joseph because he used to live across the street from where I live. Anyways, this is called Cujo: The Untold Story of my Life and On and Off the Ice. Curtis Joseph with Christy McLean Day. It's a really great book. I recommend it. Street Smarts: An All-Purpose Toolkit for Entrepreneurs. Norm Brodsky and Bo Burlingham. Really great book. It's an all-purpose toolkit for entrepreneurs called Street Smarts. I'd recommend it. Compelling People, the Hidden Qualities That Make Us Influential. Written by John DeFinger and Matthew Kohat. If you're into podcasting, I'd recommend this book. It's Let's Talk Podcasting, The Essential Guide to Doing It Right, written by Amanda Cupido. Not everyone understands the art of great storytelling, but Amanda Cupido does. Let's Talk Podcasting is a must-read. Kim Jeddies, News Director, News Talk 1010, CFRB. News Talk 1010 is a FM station in Toronto. Here's another book about Warren Buffett. It's called A Few Lessons for Investors and Managers from Warren E. Buffett, written by Peter Bevelin. Or maybe it was written by Warren E. Buffett. I'm not sure. Maybe it was Warren E. Buffett. I'm not too sure, actually. Here's another book about investing. Intelligent Investor. A definitive book on value investing. Revised edition written by Benjamin Graham. This is actually another book about Warren Buffett, actually. I'd recommend it. And finally, last but not least, how a first-year expansion team healed Las Vegas and shocked the hockey world. Vegas Golden Knights, written by Joe Payne with Decky Castleman. It's another sports book about hockey. The Vegas Golden Knights is my backup team, but I also like the Toronto Maple Leafs too. I'd recommend this book. So there you have it, folks. That's my entire book library so far. I'm still reading the Bill Gates book. If you have any questions, leave this right in the comments. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.